Hello, everyone. This is Barbara Iris Salsu of Parental World Knowledge. I want to welcome everyone. We're here to do some cooking. I hope that you will enjoy. We're going to be making a turkey soup. So if you have any turkey, or you could use even chicken. This is raw turkey that I'm using right now. And it'll take about an hour to cook. So this is what we're going to be doing for the whole hour. So you need an onion. It should be organic. Hopefully you have, I like Spanish onions. I hope that you have that. But if you have a purple onion, that's good. If you have I love to use a lot of herbs within my soup, and I love using, if you have any fresh grains and things. I happen to have a fennel seed, so I'm going to be putting that in. This is, something you have to cook a while because it's a little hard. I wouldn't just put this on regular seasoning if you're going to season anything else like a steak or something. But this is great for soups. And I'm going to be putting in some tarragon. I love that, turkey or chicken. And I'm going to put in some thyme, chives, parsley. I love basil. I hope you have a lot of spices, and I hope you have, in addition, just a little bit of garlic. I'm not big on using garlic because I found out a hybrid, but just a little for taste, not too much, like just a little garlic. Excuse me. Getting the turkey out. And use always a nice large pot when you're making a soup. So I have hopefully right here. My son is constantly using my pots and things. I'll never know what is left. But and you're going to need a lid too. I happen to have a nice pot, and this is from France. It's a glass pot. It's something I just bought, and it's kind of exciting to use glass cookware, especially the French. They know how to make the best cookware. So either this or a porcelain pot I would recommend if you don't have the glass. But I like, the fact of the glass cookware. Things seem to cook a lot better and quicker. So I'm a big fan on the glass cookware. I had another one too, and I don't know if I have the lid to that bigger one. I'd rather use the big one. I had a really large one. Let's see if this fits the lid. Yeah, it does. I'm going to use the larger one. Look at the size of this one. This is really superb. That's the first time I'm using these. So brand new, just came in the mail. Very excited. Even though it's from the dishwasher, I still rinse them. You never know. You never know what's going on with the dishwasher. If there's any detergent left, you don't want to take a chance. I always just, there could be a residue. From detergent, even though I use the best one. And sprinkle the seasoning to your taste. I mean, I happen to like a good amount of seasoning, but I'm not going to tell you how much, so you just season to your taste. And fill the pot up with about 3/4 of water. Boil the water prior to putting in the turkey or the chicken. Again, this is raw, turkey. And these are little pieces, so it just should take an hour. This was a whole turkey, that's something different, but these are little cut up pieces. And use a purified water, please. I need a little more water than that. It's taking so long, my purifier. All right. A little more. Still more. The weather was pretty nice except for a little rain today. It just got really hot, so it needed to rain in West Orange, New Jersey. Well, that's good. It's about 3/4. You have to leave room for the vegetables and turkey or the chicken to cook. Remember, let it boil first, the water. Mine's a quick boiler. It takes less than 12 minutes. Mine takes 5 minutes on the stove. So in the meantime, I'm going to start putting in all my seasoning. Also, I like kosher sea salt. I showed you yesterday. If you weren't watching, I just want to show you this is real salt. It looks like sand. This is a sea salt, 100% real salt. It is the best salt without having all, like the bleached salt. This is much better. So I put a good amount. There should be about 4 people having this soup, so I want to put in a good hearty sprinkle. And it helps the cooking too. It makes things faster. Now I've got to get all these seasonings in. Now I start with the fennel seed because that takes the longest to get a little softer. This is going to be a vegetable turkey soup. And I like the tarragon taste. In fact, this tastes great if you want to make a baked chicken or turkey. Now, I had my turkey cooked the other day, so I had all the things in already. That's why I said I was just using the sea salt for the pasta because I had all the seasonings in already for my cooked turkey, so seasoned to taste, like I said. All right, hon, that's my puppy. Latino's making a lot of noise. Latino, stop. It's okay. Just the mailman. He can't play. 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 Oh. You want some of this soup? You better. Oh, yeah, it's a mailman. All right. I might have to sign for something. Oy. All right. Okay. I hope I don't have to sign for something. And always rinse with cold water, with your purified water, your turkey or chicken. Rinse it well. It's okay. Oh, brother. It's okay. Now, I'm done with my seasoning. And I'm going to put now right in for the turkey because that takes an hour to cook. So I want to have it done. Could be a little less because these are very tiny pieces. These aren't the big pieces I had yesterday. I had like chops. These are just very tiny pieces. So they're going to be even less than an hour. But normally it takes about an hour. But I didn't know these were it was frozen and it looked a little bigger together, but now I'm looking at it, it's very tiny. It was in a package. I never know with my butcher. He makes them small, makes them big. So this is enough for 4 people. It's one whole package of cut up turkey. Or you can have one whole package of chicken. But I like turkey soup. Good for a change. Especially it's been rain. Nothing on today. Soup's a good thing to have. I have to go out in the rain with my puppy all the time. Oh. What are you doing, baby? You okay? Platanos. My puppy's name, Platanos. then I'm going to start cutting all the vegetables. Just get the thing that takes the longest to cook. To put the chicken in. And that should be enough, definitely, for 4 people. There's a lot in this package. Maybe more. Wow, that's a full pot. Good thing I took the big pot. I knew I could see. I couldn't judge because he doesn't always, say by pound. My butcher just sells me according to, price of each thing. So I don't go by how many pounds he puts in there. He doesn't label it. I can trust him. He never goes wrong. I never go wrong with him. If anything, he gives us extra. I'll throw out this. Right back, excuse me. Always keep things rinsed off and cleanly. Especially with turkey or chicken, you want it leaving it lying around, So. Even though I have a dishwasher, I still rinse off my dishes. It says, that you really could leave it dirty, but I don't believe that because there's still salmonella poisoning you can get. You want to be sure that's off there. Especially summertime. Give me my back, I'll be right there. Wash your hands well after touching chicken or any kind of meat, turkey, chicken, especially, or any meat. Now, that's going to be on timer. Always set your timer. And I have my timer right on the oven. So I'm setting it for an hour, but it could be even less. I will check because our show will be off in about an hour. So, all right, now, next thing is your vegetables. And I'm going to be I have some beautiful vegetables right now. Putting everything I can possibly find. I'm getting everything. And I don't want to leave it out because it's summertime, even though I have the air conditioner on. keep seeing what else my son keeps using all the vegetables. I don't know what's left at one point. We have, let's see what else I can find. I had some mushrooms, I remember. I don't have the fresh ones. I do have dehydrated ones. I believe it's in here. Now these are dried black mushrooms. And I keep them on hand because my son finished up the mushrooms. So it really, to be safe, get some dried ones. Especially summertime, if things don't stay fresh, you want to be sure. And I keep it in a little canister. It doesn't have to be refrigerated. These are dried mushrooms. So you just put it in like that. And I put in about a half a package of dried mushrooms. And I like cilantro, but it goes bad so fast in the summertime that I have cilantro. We don't have any cilantro fresh. I went to look just now. So I'm going to put in my seasoning of cilantro. And this is great. It's an organic seasoning. It says seasoned and certified organic. So this is perfect. This stays fresh for quite some time. You could have this for at least a year. Cilantro in the refrigerator, you can't. You're lucky you have it for a week and it stays fresh in the summer. Good hearty sprinkle. And I don't have any celery, so I'm going to be putting in some, again, this is an organic celery seed. Comes again, last year. These all great, all these things to have on hand, especially summertime. You can't be concerned that something's going to turn. I always have this as a backup. I can't make a soup without cilantro. I can't make it, I have to have celery. I have to have all these good things into my soup. I used to use carrots, but then I found it's hybrid and it's not that great for you. I mean, it's okay if it fills you, but it's filling, but it's not anything that is that healthy for you. So I don't really use too much with carrots anymore. It's a shame. I used to think, carrots were so good because I know it's good for they said for your eyesight, my eye doctor. But other than that, as far as a hybrid for your body, it's not doing the essential things you need. These things are better. Cilantro is much healthier. The onions that I have, whether it be a Spanish or the purple onions, healthy. So, I have to use what's healthier. I can't be just going by taste. Taste is not going to keep us healthy. So let's face it, let's go for healthy. All right, so that's cooking nice. And I'm going to cut up now the only thing else is my onion now. And excuse me 1 minute. I want to check on my dog. What happened to you? Where are you? Why are you so quiet? Yes? All right? Let's see one upstairs. We got so excited. Just wanted to see what he was doing. He's too quiet. Something's wrong. Now the other thing, with the soup, if you have any beans too, sometimes I put it in the soup. I like lima beans. I like chickpeas, and even my puppy likes it. So that could be very good in the soup. Always rinse your vegetables well. You need to rinse them, because if you don't rinse your vegetables, you're still getting the, I don't care, if they say organic and they don't have the chemicals, but still, it could be dirt, could be something on there. I don't want, people handling it, in the store even. And you want to know everything's rinsed off with the purified water. And this is a nice onion. You could see purple onion. It looks very good. And always peel, of course, the outer part. And take off, the skin, and take off any parts that aren't good. Have a good sharp paring knife. Make sure your knives are always sharp, because if you use one that isn't sharp, you could really cut yourself. And cut away from your hand. Never cut towards yourself. I was trying to get you to see better. Let me, I'll turn the camera. It's still quick. Maybe I could cut on the stove even. Better off. You can see from here what I'm doing. Make slices of your onion. And then I would dice it, because it's only cooking for an hour of the soup, and it really won't cook well enough if you don't have it cut. So you just, cut slices, then cut diagonally across, and then the other direction. If there's any hard parts, don't use them. I have an interview tomorrow, and I hope that it gets done early. But if I can't come back in time for 5, because they make me wait, they said they'll only be 20 minutes, but who knows? You have to sometimes wait. Please forgive. It is a position in the organization field. I do have a charitable organization, Artist Barbara C. Fine Art Studio. I do the artwork. Our show. So I'm experienced with organizations and be a manager, and I would like to do that because there really is not that much with the way the weather has been off and on. We've had a lot of rainstorms, a lot of inclement weather this year. There's just not enough clients. And I'm a people person. I like to be with you, and I like to, really be with people also the rest of my day. And, I do get people, but not that much. And that's why I decided many months ago that I wanted to do this. Now, always throw away your onions because there is definitely like a bacteria that you can get in the kitchen without putting them in the garbage. So once they're cut, get rid of them. And not even leave, I don't believe in cutting your onions and leaving it in the refrigerator. I explained, to my father, and he couldn't understand that. You need it fresh. So finish up. If you make something with an onion, try to use the whole entire thing. Because if you refrigerate it, it's going to smell terrible, first of all. And that's showing, there's something wrong if it's smelling terrible. And secondly, it turns. It just is not good for you. It's not healthy for you. So I'm definitely throwing this right out, If I have any of those beans, I'm not sure. I have those little beans left. I guess I didn't use them. We both cook, so it's hard to know what's left. Yes, I have some chickpeas. I'm going to add that to the soup. Oh, I have quite a bit, so that's good. I have quite a bit of chickpeas, and I keep them. I have chickpeas, and I have garbanzos, so I'm going to put both in. The chickpeas are a little smaller than the garbanzos. And I keep them in the baggies to keep it fresh. It says chickpeas right on it, and the other one says garbanzo, so I know which is which. If you don't have things labeled, you can get a labeler and always label your things. You know it's what. Basically, I finished this one. And again, these are organic. Everything I have is organic. So I'm using about a half a package of the chickpeas. Now that one just said chickpeas, but this says chickpeas with their garbanzos, and they're a little bit bigger. I used a half a package, so like a quarter of each. That's what I put in. I'm going to put the rest of my onions away. Excuse me. And you can put in, if you like, I have rice that's already cooked. But I'm not going to put it in now while this is cooking because it would get too soft. But I keep it in a canister jar. I cook it, and then I put it in a canister jar. I'll show you. These are great to have. These are the jars that I have. It's made by Ball, and it keeps everything fresh. You know, I've had this in for a few days, and it's still so fresh, my wild rice. So you could put some wild rice that's already cooked, but I wouldn't now because this is cooking. This would cook too much. This is already cooked. So you just, at the last minute, if you want to put some of this rice in, you can put a little bit in some water in a separate pot, and then you could add it to your soup. But I wouldn't, let it keep cooking in here because then it will get too soft. So this is going to be done now in 38 more minutes. And put my spices away. All ready with, and I'm so excited that we have new machinery. And I wanted to show you some of the things that we got. We have a mill. I'm going to just turn this around so you can see it. This is a real mill. Can you see that mill there? This is a mill. And what it is that I put in my seeds, and then it comes out here. You just turn the switch, that's all. And then I have a thing that holds it all, and it will, again, this will hold it all, this big container, and it separates, and we have like each one labeled. so I can make fresh cereal and everything. And one day I'm going to do that, not today, but I'll demonstrate how to use these things and make it properly. And I have also, this is for a juicer. So this is excellent. You put all your things in here, and then you use this to push everything down, never touch in there. And then it goes into these things. And then I have also a blender, brand new. And this blender is the best blender. And I'm going to make some drinks with that. So, in fact, I'm going to do that now. I'm going to start putting I'm going to make a nice juice drink. So, turn this back around. That's the best of the blenders. Now, what you do with this particular blender, you put everything in, but you need to add water, a little bit of water, otherwise it doesn't process. I don't know why exactly, but I put the purified water in. If you were to make this and just I put fresh frozen fruit, but if you were just to put in for your smoothie just the fruit, it doesn't dissolve. Interesting enough, I mean, you put it on chop and crush, it doesn't do it. And it has little pictures on my particular blender. I have the Vitamix. And the Vitamix, this is a newer blender, and it won't work unless you have the water in. So you put in at least this much. You see where my hand is? It's that much water. So it'd have to be at least a good amount of water to make this process through. If you like it thick, if you want it thinner, you put a little more, but I don't like it too thin. So that's what I'm going to make right now. A little smoothie drink for us. And this is great because this blender washes itself when you're done. You won't believe it. There's a button on it to wash itself. All you do is put in 1/3 of soap and water, and no more than that, because this is a tiny one. I have also a big one, but you put in just 1/3, and then you put the button that shows soapy water, and it cleans itself. And then you just rinse it out from the sink. It's so fast, you don't even have to wash it. It washes itself. So it's the most fantastic blender. Excuse me, I'm just going to get some frozen fruit. Now we have Gabbana, we have blackberry, we have let's see what's left. Tamarindo, we have Lulo, and I have papaya, and also some peaches. So I have a little bit of everything. Yay! So we're going to mix all this in. And I would put in about 1/4 of a package of each. You don't need that much. Don't forget, you have to add the water. 30 minutes, it should be done. Now you can put some fresh fruit in too, but it's summertime and I really like to have the frozen on hand because you never know, things can turn, so I don't get too much of the fresh fruit to make my smoothies. I do have the fresh fruit to eat, but as far as the smoothies go, I prefer to have all these things on hand. Something else that's so like a rock. I have a very good freezer. Now it does give you, with this blender, a little stem thing to use too if you need to mix it. Say the things are too hard, you can just push down with this. It's like a spoon, but it doesn't have a spoon to it. It's just like a big thing to pulverize your frozen stuff. But I don't need it. This is perfectly fine, except for one. The one seems a little hard. I didn't think I could get it out of the bag. I don't have that much time to starting to chop things up, so we have an hour show. Okay. And my son also, he puts in cactus. He has fresh cactus. I haven't tried that yet. I'm not that brave. You might want to try it. He says he likes it. But I don't know. Just the look of the prickly cactus, it's supposed to be, it tastes terrible separate, don't. But it tastes delicious once it's in there. But I have never tried it. And I don't think I have the guts to. I like things, simple things like blackberry and papaya and different things like that. And I'm going to put some strawberry and banana in too. I do have that in my deep freezer. Get my phone ringing. Oh, and I have some passion fruit. And some May. I'm going to put that in also. And figs, which I do like figs. These are green figs. Oh, our soup's coming along great. As you can see it bubbling there. I hope. Let's see if I have that positioned so you can see it. In the pot, you can see. I lowered it a little bit because it finally got to really boil. I had it high because I was trying to get the beans to get cooked. The bonzo chickpeas. passion fruit. Well, I have enough. My son just bought these, so I don't really need to go for my other freezer, other than if I want the banana. I was going to get the strawberries and banana. I don't even think I need enough. I didn't realize you had these. You just bought them. I just went shopping last minute. He doesn't tell me what he buys. He buys them. It's always a surprise. And now we started having things delivered, but that didn't work out too well. I mentioned that the other day. We had frozen fruit that was delivered, and the frozen fruit didn't have the dry ice in it, and it turned. It was cold, but it wasn't freezing cold, and it turned. And my son, he had it. I didn't have it. He didn't feel good after, so we called the company. They can't do that. They cannot, we told them you have to put your dry ice in it. Otherwise, it's going to turn. So I'm not too thrilled about buying things frozen and having it delivered after that. Remember, you have to put in that much water. I have a freezer. My deep freezer, is in the other room for the banana. Now I have the bananas. They come like this. I would rinse them off a little because they're getting a little frost on there. Have to push it down to ensure it gets in there. And I took a little bit of the strawberries. And these are tiny little berries. And if you can see, they're very tiny. I'm not going to put too many. Like I said, I didn't think I could even fit that. Just so that it, lays down. Make sure you can put your lid on. And I always put my hand on top to be sure that this is covered while it's in the blender. I might have to take one banana out. I wanted to fit it all, but I have to wait. I didn't know I had that other things with the figs and all. as I said. I knew it would be too much, but I tried to get it down. Can't. I didn't want to use the big one because my son doesn't like leftovers. I would have used the big one. But he hates leftovers. He goes, make it fresh, so I make it fresh. That's good. Now you have to turn it on, and then you do the dial of what it tells you to do. I'm just trying to get this all down a little more. Might remove one more banana until it dissolves. Because I shouldn't have put, I knew that when I had the figs and all, which I wasn't planning on using, I'd have trouble putting in the banana. Like I said, I didn't know if it would fit. And it's kind of tight. So I'm just going to take that out until it blends down. And then I can always add it. Okay. Now you turn the switch. I hope he has it plugged in. I think he does. Yes. And I'm going to put it on chopping, and then you have to restart. Okay, that's done. I was trying to show you it, but I think it's really showing you it. Oh, well. I'll put this back on. Put it on. Okay, so that is done. And it came out beautiful. I'm going to turn this around so you could see it. I'll show you in 1 minute. There it is. That's my beautiful drink. And I'm going to try some. It has the banana in it, has the strawberry in it, all those things. Soursop. It has passion fruit, papaya. Woo! We've got everything in there. Take a nice glass. And see how this tastes. I didn't put anything in there, no sugar. This is just the fruit, natural fruit, all natural fruit. That's okay, baby. Stop it. Stop it. When you pour it, you can just dab it off. As you could see what I did, I was pushing it, the tip part against the glass so that it wouldn't be leaking. Now I'll add the rest of my banana. Get this off here. I'll rinse it again. Just be sure it didn't stick to the toweling. Because this is really frozen. Our deep freezer really freezes as well. Very nice. These are nice bananas. Very nice bananas. I like these bananas. Look how fresh they look. See, these are real bananas. These aren't the bananas that you get in the store necessarily, unless it's an organic store. They're tiny bananas. They're not the full. This is a full-size banana, but it's not, you know, a banana you get in the stores like that. That's not as good. These ancient, the little bananas, even tinier, very, very healthy. Big difference. Put a little more water because I poured some out. I want to be sure there's enough water. And just make sure that lid is down and even hold it. I hold it too. Just to be sure, starting off, it's on, and then start. It's done. Just wiping up so my computer doesn't get wet. Top a bit. And I'll show you. There it is. Just put the extra banana, 2 bananas, and we have a lot of juice here. And I would refrigerate this and use it right away. As my son says, he doesn't like to keep it too long, so he'll have a drink when he comes in. And I'll have some more myself. The dinner's made. I'll put this away, excuse me. Problem is, where do I put this away when my son buys all this vegetables? There we go. So let's check on that soup. Let's see how that soup is doing. Can you see? It's really bubbling. And I'm going to stir in there. Make sure those chickpeas and the ones that are chickpeas with garbanzo, a little larger, I'm going to mix them in. Oh, it looks fantastic. I just want to show you how these mushrooms get. They open up. Look how lovely. These are dried mushrooms, but look at the size of them. Isn't that just gorgeous? The soup looks lovely. So that's gonna be done very shortly. I can't believe. And I can now also heat up the rice, as I said, in a separate container. So quick, 1 hour for a soup. Normally, I would take 2 hours to make my soup, but I used to use bigger pieces of chicken or bigger pieces of turkey. But I go to this new butcher now, and he's very good because he'll cut things up for me. And I don't have the time to start cutting up to make it smaller to save time. So this is great. It saves time. It's only an hour for that, and it's totally cooked. It's delicious. And you have to see, I mean, like I said, don't use big pieces of chicken. If you have big pieces, that's going to take 2 hours. This is small, tiny pieces, so they're going to be done in 1 hour. That gorgeous soup, that vegetable soup. So I've got the drink, I got the soup, and now I'm going to just reheat, like I said, my rice that's in the refrigerator. So you just put in a little half pot of water. That's it. And boil it and then put the rice in. So I prefer these pots. I'm going to get one of these because I need a little bit bigger. See if I have anything. Get this rice one. Yeah, I can use this one that I showed you before, that French pot. And like I said, you don't have to recook the rice. It's just heating it up. So my stove is done in 5 minutes so it's perfect timing. 5 minutes to boil, and then you put the rice in and let it be for about 5 minutes. Because it's in the refrigerator, So halfway fill. And then you just put the rice in. You can't overcook it because it will be too soggy. You don't want, I like it, my rice firm. I don't like it hard, but I like it, so it's not soggy, falling apart. And like I said, those jars are wonderful. They keep things very fresh. I check it still to be sure. If it isn't, then I'll make new rice. Yep, smells good, looks good. And you could take a spoon to get the rice out. And I would take about a third of a jar of rice to add to the soup. Because don't forget, you have the chickpeas, you've got the other vegetables in there. You don't need a lot of boiled rice in there. Put about 6 tablespoons of it. It's good. Just mix it in a little. Excuse me. And I would add a little sea salt to it. I cooked it with sea salt, but now re-cooking it, I just kind of put a little more. I want it to taste watery. Every time you put it in the water, it's going to be watery, so you don't want that. So I would put in, to reheat your rice, put in a good hearty sprinkle of your sea salt. Oh, that soup just looks lovely. I don't know if you can see, but it's the mushrooms are just floating through with the delicious looking purple onions and the chickpeas and the turkey. It is just looking fantastic. And look at the size soup. I'm going to have enough. Definitely, this is a meal for 4 people or more, depending on, how much they want to eat. I think I'm going to have really enough for days with this. And you can keep your leftovers for 4 days and keep it fresh in the refrigerator without freezing it. So just so you know, as long as your ingredients was fresh and everything on mine was fresh, it was all fresh, just bought. So clearly I'm going to have enough soup for days, which is wonderful. So I don't have to do a lot of cooking. And hopefully I will find a perfect fit with the job. And, I would like to do that. It's another organization. And they seem like wonderful people, but, you got to go there and see for sure. Could be a big difference once you are interviewed. Once you're interviewed and you talk to somebody and you see, well, is this person for me? This company for me? You ask the questions. Which, excuse me, I'm drinking, to ask the questions, the interviewer on the phone. There was one interviewer on the phone, and then there's one interviewer in person, a higher up one. And I take it that she's interviewing me too. So I have 2 interviewers. It's going to be some process. But I'm not afraid. I'm just going to be myself. They want me, they want me. They don't. And they called me. It's interesting. I saw the position posted by a recruiter. And then they sent me an email, which I didn't get around to reading, which just came. And I was watching a webinar, and it was a master class, so I had to watch it. Christian Mickelson invited me, so anything he tells me, I go and watch because he's a fantastic coach and trainer. So I was watching this, and I didn't read their email, but they called me. So evidently they're interested. Nobody bothers to call an applicant. You have to call the company. I mean, I submitted my resume, and this is through a recruiter, so I mean, I don't have access to these people, so I can't, call them unless they gave me the contact information, which they did, but I was busy on the webinar, and I definitely had to watch this. This is, a free master class. It was excellent. Well, that's the end, and we're done for today. My food is done. I thank you for watching, and I hope that you were able to gather how to make a nice soup and make a nice blended drink. And if you find some extra fruit in the freezer that you didn't know, realize you're not going to have room for everything that you wanted to put in. Like I said, I didn't think I'd have room in the small one. I do have the big one, but my son, unless we have a whole bunch of people, he doesn't want me to use it. So I have to cram it in. And I know if I find extra stuff, I'm not even going to bother. I've got to take a plate and then just put some more in later, because he likes a lot of banana. And that's my puppy, Platinos. So I want to say a miraculous healing prayer for everyone in the world. I pray for good spirit, good health, good strength, and peace everywhere in the world. Everyone should have peace. Amen. And God heals 100%. So please say that prayer with me if you need it now. If you don't need it now, say it later time. And if you want to go on our site, ParentalWorldKnowledge.com, you always get 2 miraculous healing prayers at any time. So please go on our site, look at our latest blog, and that's all you have to do. And you'll get 2 miraculous healing prayers, whether you need it now or a later time. All right, well, thank you so much. Please keep tuning in. I hope we can make it back by 5 tomorrow. I can't predict if they're on time. It's 2 interviewers, so they said 20 minutes, but who knows if I have to wait for them. So, which I don't mind, but I just feel bad if we can't be on time. Alrighty, well, I thank you so much. My camera's working good. I just want to explain, this laptop's great, but it doesn't cover every part of the kitchen. So I asked my son a week ago, show me how to put the little camera, my HD camera, onto this. And he just said, you don't need it. And I go, yes, I do. I want it because I know it's going to give me a better angle. So sure enough, somebody yesterday, a kind, person from my audience, let me know that it wasn't working. Pac-Man told me 77 that it's not working. He really didn't like, I won't say the word he used, but he really didn't like it. Now, I knew that it wasn't good. I told my son to please show me, and I kept asking him, and he's been busy working, so forgive that. I'm not a tech person. I have never claimed to be, but I knew it could work with this. I just don't know. I didn't know how. So now I know, and we're going to be using always the HD camera with the laptop. And so I get better angles. You can see me, my head's not cut off. You can see my food, and that's it. So thank you so much for tuning in, for watching, and referring people. And you have a wonderful night or wonderful day. Bye now. Not going off. Sorry about that.